Bây giờ đã là 9 giờ 45 phút tối. Các bạn không nghe lầm đâu. Khi mà tôi đi ra cái khu vườn ở phía bên ngoài này thì đây, người ta có nói là ở bên ngoài thì sẽ có một vài những cái khu vực mà để các cái barrel, các cái thùng gỗ sồi để whisky giống như thế này. Đây. Đấy. Rất là chỉn chu cầu kỳ. Người ta đã để một chai Blue Label ở ngay đây. Đấy. Còn gì hơn nữa trong một cái không gian buổi tối khi mà đã ăn tối xong rồi mà trời vẫn còn sáng như thế này, thưởng thức một ly whisky, ngồi nghe nhạc ở trong không gian đầy tiếng chim hót như thế này, mát lạnh, không còn gì để nói nữa các bạn ạ. Tuyệt vời quá. Thì sau cái chuyến mà đi tham quan cái nhà máy chưng cất Caru thì buổi chiều thì chúng tôi có một cái cơ hội được gặp gỡ với Emma Walker. Emma Walker bà là một, có thể gọi là một truyền nhân trong cái dòng họ Walker, và hiện nay thì Emma Walker gần như là một huyền thoại ở trong ngành làm rượu whisky, khi mà bà là người nữ đầu tiên và duy nhất, tính xác là 203 năm lịch sử, bây giờ trở thành một cái master blender, người chuyên gia về pha trộn của nhà làm rượu này. Thì trong cái bữa tiệc với Emma Walker, trước đấy thì Emma Walker đã giới thiệu cho chúng tôi một cái dòng sản phẩm mới, và cái dòng sản phẩm này thì cũng là một cái bí mật của hãng mà chưa được công bố.
We do want to also talk to you a little bit about this. So if you have a look at the back of this, you'll notice quite a lot of dots. Anyone care to guess how many? Don't start counting, you'll be here for a long time.
10,000.
10,000. You know the answer.
I figured out. The minute you said, I figured out what the answer was.
So yes, correct. 10,000 small dots on this piece of card. Now if you look on this card, you may find one of those dots is a little bit different. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you all find it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's good. Your eyesight's better than mine. Well done. Short end of this. Just put a little spray of your perfume on there. Okay? And if you take a moment, and as you flip it and smell it.
Tôi có thể bật mí là đây là một cái sự kết hợp giữa Johnnie Walker với một cái nhân vật người châu Á, tạo ra một cái dòng sản phẩm rất là đặc trưng, chưa từng có trước đây trong cái ngành whisky. Đấy, rất là thú vị. Qua đấy thì tôi có thể nhận thấy được là thị trường châu Á là một cái thị trường mà đặc biệt là các hãng, các cái thương hiệu whisky của Scotland bây giờ đặc biệt chú trọng. Và sáng ngày hôm nay thì tôi cũng đã có một cái khoảng thời gian 30 phút để có thể ngồi phỏng vấn trực tiếp với bà Emma Walker và bà Julie. Emma Walker thì các bạn cũng biết là Master Blender của Johnnie Walker rồi. Còn Julie thì bà ấy là giám đốc toàn cầu, giám đốc thương hiệu toàn cầu của Johnnie Walker. Và đây đều là hai cái người phụ nữ mà đang giữ những cái vị trí cao nhất trong cái nhà làm rượu Johnnie Walker. Thì tôi cũng có đặt những cái câu hỏi mà tôi nghĩ cũng là cái thắc mắc của nhiều những người yêu whisky, đặc biệt là những người yêu whisky ở tại Việt Nam. And so the first question is people said that distilling is a science, blending is an art. And I know that you have a strong background in chemistry.
Yeah.
And how you find the balance between artistic and science?
For me, the world of whisky blending is a balance of art and science. So my chemistry background, my science background really helps me understanding how flavour is created throughout the distilling and maturation process. So when you think about fermentation, so that's where the starches have been broken down, sugars, you're starting to create alcohol, but you're creating all these flavour congeners, these flavour compounds. So when we have people talking about esters, aldehydes, acids and things happening there, for me, I can almost see the different compounds and lots of curly arrows and reactions happening. It just helps to bring that to life, so I can understand how you go from something that's almost lower flavour and creating much more flavour and different things in there. And also in the distillation process, how the copper interacts with the spirit and those flavour compounds again to create more and to take out flavours we don't want. It just makes sense to me. I think being able to have that just helps me understand how almost the magic, the craft, the art of bringing those flavours together works.
Yeah, thank you. And the second question is carry on such an iconic Scotch whiskey. What do you aim to achieve in both short and long term? And you have any plan for further innovation releases?
So when I was lucky enough to be offered the role of Johnnie Walker Master Blender, I mean, it was amazing. It was great to feel that Jim, Julie, other people involved were happy for me to move into that role. It was wonderful to feel that. I was really excited, but you do feel a little bit of that weight. It's like you don't want to be the person that drops the ball.
Never would be, Emma.
Changes Johnnie Walker. But I think one of the things that I absolutely love about the brand and about the story, the history of it, is that it's about creating quality and flavour and consistency, which is at the heart of what we do day in, day out. But there's always that keep walking ethos, that stepping forward and innovating. So we're always innovating, we're always experimenting. We've got different experiments laid down, looking at different styles of casks, looking at the raw materials, so the grain, the water, the yeast that we use, how we run the distillery. There's a lot of that happening. And one of the things that I love is that partnership that we have with Julie, with the brand team, with our colleagues in innovation around the world. So we take the ideas, the trends, the thoughts, and look to see how do we bring that together. So what is the stock that we have? How do we create that? But also for that longer term, where you're saying 10 years, whatever, it's what do we need to do now so that we can create the vision that Julie has as well.
Yeah, especially to see almost your team is a woman. Yeah, I'm really surprised. And becoming the first female master blender for Johnnie Walker. So what would you advise for other women want to work in that industry?
I mean, I've been so lucky since I joined the team in 2008. 2008? Yeah, that's about right. Have I missed the one? I've been very lucky to work with extremely talented men and women in the whisky industry. For people that want to come along and join the industry, I would say it's, if you want to work in whisky, learn about whisky, try different whiskies sensibly, of course, understand different flavours, thinking about what matches, how it complements what you think about flavour, different styles, talk to bartenders, go to whisky festivals, just enjoy talking about it, because that's a huge part of what we do. We have to be able to talk about the whiskies create, we have to be able to talk to each other, so communication is key. I think have a look at what really interests you. Like if you come from a different background, like engineer, HR, computers, there's going to be a place for you in the world of Scotch. And it's just keeping an eye out about what jobs are available, what you think, making contacts and seeing how you can make that move, but thinking about the skills you have and how do you make it relevant.
When I came to the factory of Cadu, I see over more 10 steps to create a blended whiskey, to create a single malt whiskey, and I think that blending step is always an important step with you. But I realized that there are many other decisive steps, such as malting, fermentation, or distillation. So you think what the most important step to create the different quality, different flavor of single whiskey before you use it to blend?
One of the things that we've been talking about this week is that world of flavour, that wheel of flavour. How that flavour is created, how they all have their individual styles, whether that's smoky, fresh, malty, tropical flavours. Each one has their own unique fingerprints, and that's created. It's emblematic of the place, the people. So all the people you saw at Cardew helped make Cardew taste like Cardew. So it can take flavours into a sweeter area, a fruity area, a spicier area. So for us, about creating the widest palette of flavours and textures and aromas. For the blending team, that just becomes such a joy to be able to work with so many different things. They're both sides of that wheel are so important.
So important. Yeah. So now is really the first question. Johnnie Walker is an iconic Scotch whiskey.
Yeah.
So as it pursues to become a vibrant and contemporary luxury icon in the next 100 years, what is the approach?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, look, first I'd say I'm so lucky to work on this brand. 203 years of history and a legacy as an icon already. So the job really is, as you say, how do we continue to build Johnnie Walker as an icon? It's enjoyed by millions of people around the world in 100 years. And the approach is pretty simple, actually. It's by making sure that we're building the brand with culture at its heart, by making sure that we have innovation in order to attract new audiences, and then making sure this is a brand that has experience at its heart as well. So whether that's product experience, whether that's how you receive it as a gift, whether that's in visiting Johnnie Walker Princes Street, that we're able to touch consumers such that they feel the iconicity of Johnnie Walker at every level. We like to say Johnnie Walker's the best whiskey in the world. We want to be the whiskey that's best for the world. So we're really working very hard on our sustainability commitments to make sure that we've got a brand in a category that stands for the future, in being planet positive as well. So that's also a big focal area for us.
Another question, in recent year, the world has faced many turbulences. So how did you keep working? Spirit and do.
Keep walking. Those two little words that mean so much.
They really do.
So Keep Walking was launched in 1999 as our brand mantra. Everybody understands that Johnnie Walker is a brand that's about moving forward. And so we have to bring that to life by being a brand that pushes the boundaries, by being a brand that stands for progress, by making sure from the small things like who we cast in our advertising, the directors that we ask to make our content, the partners that we work with out there in restaurants and bars all around the world.
In my opinion, Asia market in general and Vietnam market, my country, is a very potential market of whiskey. And I have seen that Johnnie Walker focus on developing a lot of special products such as the Lunar New Year collection and some secret that I was introduced by Emma. So what is the decision factor for Johnnie Walker when entering the market? External design or product quality or price or anything else?
I'd say the key factors, we always have to stand for product quality. We always have to have beautiful design and use those brand assets that people know as being Johnnie Walker, like the Striding Man. So we would also spend a lot of time talking to consumers out in the market, talking to restaurants, talking to bars to make sure that we are ahead of the latest trends, and then collaborating with people to create products that would fit that trend.
One more question is, I think it's a big problem in my country. Is some people in my country said that the whiskey label UK market is better quality in local whiskey store?
Right.
No, everything we do. So if you were to say buy a bottle of Johnnie Walker Black Label in duty free and then buy it in the local market, it's the same liquid.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
Absolutely.
So everything we do. So if you're thinking black and blue label, and it's just that it's going into different markets. So we think of everything is working to the same level, the same standards at all point.
So do you think the transportation is depend on the quality of whiskey?
I mean, there's different things, but we work hugely with our partners around the world to make sure transportation, storage, everything's done to the right level.
The product quality is the same, and we really invest lots of money and time to make sure that we have those quality checks for everything, the very, very best quality. You probably heard the quote. Actually, no, you're going to hear the quote when you go to Princes Street shortly about our commitment to quality. So that is the first and most important principle for us on Johnnie Walker. So I hope that you experience the same here in Edinburgh as you experience back in Vietnam.
I think I will try. Bring a bottle from here.
You must.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah, it'd be lovely to hear to get in touch with us through Alvin and that, just to let us know what you think.
In my country, most people still choose single malt whiskey. They think single malt is rare, it's more prestige, it's more expensive, it means better quality. So what do you think about this point of view?
Well, hopefully, we've shown you over this week exactly how to sort of counteract some of those views. So to say that one is higher quality than the other, for me, it doesn't intellectually make sense, because we make them all to such high quality and with the right flavour specifications. They're not simpler, they've got complexity, they've got layers, they've got amazing character, and they're all great whiskey. The hope is, if people enjoy single malts, that they'll enjoy that move into Johnnie Walker, and vice versa.
So just enjoy.
Just enjoy it. I think blending gives you the ultimate flexibility, right? So if you've got somebody as talented as Emma running the brand, what we're able to do is access so many different styles of single malt, bring them together to get to something super complex with real depth. But being a blend gives us the ultimate flexibility, and that's so exciting, right? We can really work out where we want to take the brand, how we want to innovate. Personally, I think it's the ultimate flexibility for us to create the best liquids with the most depth. I think it's really exciting.
And it's so much fun. Like, we know we're the luckiest people in the world. Like, we get to work with an amazing range of whiskies, craftspeople from across Scotland, across the world, to create something that people enjoy, that really showcases Scotland. Like, if you have a glass of whiskey in your hand, Scottish whiskey, it talks about the people, the place, the lovely scenery we've seen, all of that coming together, and that's in that glass that then goes out around the world. We're so proud of that. So that's again why one's not better than the other. They're just different aspects of that lovely, this country, the people, and the flavours.
Some blended whiskey brand, they sold the highest number of whiskey on the label. But I see that Johnnie Walker rarely did it. So why?
So as we talked about, when I was saying, as we build the blend, we've got the different rows, different distilleries, different wood styles. But what we're looking to do every time is create the same Johnnie Walker Black Label, Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Now we want, in order to do that and looking at our inventory, we need to have the flexibility for us to be able to look at it in different ways. And if we were to say that every whiskey has to have all of our distilleries, there'll be time periods in the year where we can't make Johnnie Walker then, because there's time periods in the year when the distillery might have been shut for a new boiler, for upgrades, for different things. So what we need is the flexibility to always create Johnnie Walker, but to do it in different ways depending on how our inventory looks that week. That snapshot 12 years ago is reflected there. But that's part of the fun and the skill of having the whiskey team, is we can create the same thing, but we can do it with different routes into it.
Okay, I got it. So I really hope that after that trip, I can show for many people in my country have knowledge on
Yeah.
the list about
Amazing.
Scotch whisky and
and the art and science of blending as well, which is where you started, which I think is such a great way of. It's highly creative and highly scientific all in
it's
one.
really
It's exciting.
amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Thank you
Emma.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Julie.
amazing
Really
questions.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we've got one more little treat for you this afternoon, so we look forward to that.
Thực sự thì với những cái trải nghiệm mà tôi đã có trong suốt 4 ngày vừa qua thì tôi cũng tin chắc rằng là cái trải nghiệm chiều ngày hôm nay cũng sẽ là một cái mà cực kỳ thú vị và hấp dẫn khi mà đây, để tôi lấy cái này cho các bạn xem. Đấy, khoe với các bạn luôn. Đây là cái chai rượu Spring. Sau khi mà dùng bữa tối ngày hôm qua thì khi về đến khách sạn thì tôi thấy các bạn ấy để cái chai rượu này ở ngay trên bàn ở đấy luôn. Và đây là một cái chai mà ở đây người ta còn viết riêng đấy, Hoàng Đức ở đây. Tuy nhiên thì cái thú vị là ở đây tôi thấy các bạn vẫn cố gắng để luôn viết tên có dấu đầy đủ. Trong cái bữa tiệc đầu tiên thì có dấu viết rất chuẩn, nhưng mà trong cái chai rượu này thì chắc là do khác biệt về ngôn ngữ nên là cái chữ Đức của tôi thì lại thành chữ Giúp mất rồi. Tuy nhiên thì không sao cả, như này mới chứng tỏ là Tây làm, chứ nếu mà Đức đúng thì lại là ta làm rồi, đúng không ạ?
Tôi đang đi bộ ở trên một con đường nổi tiếng nhất tại Edinburgh có tên là Princess Street. Cái đại lộ hoàng tử này thì nó sẽ dẫn tới thẳng cái boutique, cái store của Johnnie Walker. Và cái con đường này có thể coi như là một trong những cái con đường mà có tất cả các cái cửa hàng buôn bán sầm uất tấp nập nhất ở tại Edinburgh. Và ngay bên trái đây thì các bạn có thể thấy là cũng là một cái đường tàu điện, rồi các cái phương tiện công cộng đều chạy qua đây. Và ở trên cái con đường này thì chúng ta có thể ngắm nhìn gần như là toàn bộ những cái công trình lịch sử nổi tiếng nhất tại Edinburgh. Ngay phía bên trái của tôi đây, các bạn sẽ nhìn thấy một cái lâu đài. Đây gọi là Edinburgh Castle. Ở bên này thì phải với cái quy mô như kia thì người ta mới gọi là lâu đài. Đấy, đứng sừng sững ở trên một ngọn đồi.
Thì tôi hy vọng rằng là với những cái trải nghiệm lần này thì cũng sẽ giúp cho mọi người có thêm những cái nhìn mới, thú vị hơn. Và những cái trải nghiệm như thế này sẽ không có ở trong bất kỳ một cái tour du lịch thông thường nào cả. Nếu như các bạn yêu thích thì các bạn có thể là cách để liên hệ với Hoàng Đức. Tôi sẽ giúp cho các bạn sẽ có được những cái trải nghiệm cũng giống như là tôi. Đấy, giống như lần này. Đấy, thực sự thì đây là một cái trải nghiệm hết sức thú vị. Và tôi mong muốn là cái trải nghiệm lần này thì một phần nào đấy nó là cái giúp cho tôi có thể học hỏi, có những cái kiến thức sâu rộng hơn, đặc biệt là về whisky, và cũng một phần nào đấy giúp cho các quý vị khán giả của nhaTO chúng ta sẽ cùng với Hoàng Đức có thêm nhiều những cái trải nghiệm thú vị và hấp dẫn. Và các bạn hãy nhớ để lại những cái comment của mình về cái chuyến đi lần này của Hoàng Đức. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại quý vị. Ôi mệt quá. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại quý vị trong những chương trình tiếp theo.
Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, East or West, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city waits.